Insurance and Personnel Committee meeting to order.
Okay.
Roll call, Cool here.
Hasla here.
And Richard is absent. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes from April 16th.
Hasla, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from April 16th.
Cool, second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Citizen input, anybody have anything that's not on the agenda?
Anybody?
Hearing none, we will go right into new business. April 2026 financial statements, we can take those all as one. I will make a motion to approve those to council.
Hasla will second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. New business B, 5B, 333 Portland Road, offer to purchase.
Where is he? See?
Oh, she just asked and I said he didn't have to be at this one. I thought it was just
Yeah.
council.
Is he just coming to council? Okay.
I mean, I can call him and tell him.
Why, was he already here?
No.
No, but I was just texting him. So I was like, did they tell you to come at 6 or whatever? And then they said, no, I think just council. So I said, see you at 7. He said 10:04. But I saw,
It's probably not necessary for him to
We
be
can-
at this one.
We could move it, she said.
he's
she
going to
could
be here
call.
for sure at 7.
And that's fine, it's on council as well, so we can discuss it here, because we're not, this is just a motion to send to council anyway. And everybody knows what's been going on, so this is
Like, is there
nothing.
anything new or anything
That's
that's
why, I'm
changed?
sorry, DJ, that's why I thought he
Nope.
thought
And
he
I
didn't have
may
to be
very well
here.
have told him we only needed to go to council, and didn't even think that finance was first, so. I can chat about it if you'd like. There really isn't anything unique on here. The closing will, if Jeannie gets back, or I'll have to see if you are, depends how long she's out. But the closing gets taken care of at a title company, so that was one of the questions that he had.
And I'm familiar
So-
with it, so I can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is like majorly crossed off because it's the easiest offer to purchase of vacant land ever. So there's nothing unique, $100. We'll set the closing date when we can make something set up with the title company. And then the developer agreement was everything that we had talked about. He knows, and I'll talk about it again at council too, he knows he has to get the conditional use permit. I think Jeannie did give him all the paperwork for that. But that doesn't change anything that we're doing for this. It's just before he can do business, before he can build, he'll need a building permit, things like that. So everything is spelled out very clearly in this document. So if anyone has any questions, I would love to give you an answer.
I do not.
Fantastic.
Cool, make a motion to send the offer to purchase by Rd-Yohn for 333 Portland Road to council.
Hasla will second.
Motion by Cool, seconded by Haslai. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next is the developers agreement. Once again, nothing
No, that's it. I went through both of them.
really,
I went through both of them.
nothing's really special about
Nope,
that.
everything's stated in,
Yep, much like we heard in the past, he's paying a guaranteed payment for taxes.
yes.
That'll reflect the assumed value of $394,400, so.
What was not put in the packet, and I'm not sure why, because he gave this lovely drawing to Jeannie.
Right,
So this is exactly what it said before. He's bringing in the water, he's bringing in the sewer, he's doing the electric, he coordinates all of that with the utilities. And then as he moves on with his development, he's got to get,
I'm gonna go make copies for,
if you want to, I don't know if anybody necessarily
he
needs.
should probably have
Yeah.
for
the
council.
Go ahead,
council?
sure, yeah,
Okay.
we'll have
That
that.
do you want me to wait till after we do the next one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we can
Yeah.
finish up
Yeah.
here and
Yeah, because that was supposed to be in it, but she must have missed it.
Yeah.
Or didn't give it, she's under, that's okay.
Yeah,
It's all good,
no.
it's all good.
And I think it's
Yeah.
fine.
So he'll obviously have a much more professional drawing that he will need when he gets the building permit, but everything for these first phases that he's going through, it isn't necessary.
Actually, he
Okay.
did quite well with that.
Yeah, he'll have fence permit and a
Oh, yeah.
building permit and conditional use permit, so all that should be.
Yeah, and he
Pretty
is,
much put
and
together
we'll talk
by
about
then.
that again too, but he is cleaning up the side because where that kind of storage all was down, that's all gonna be part of his parking lot. He knows to kind of clean up some of the junk up on top too, and he needs to make his entrance a little bit more inviting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I will make a motion to send the developers agreement for 333 Portland Road to council as well.
Hasley will second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
So is
Next.
this what you need this
Yes,
for? Okay.
yes.
Okay, next is
Good
resolution
example.
Sure.
2624, a new credit card payment software system.
Yes.
Lana.
Unfortunately, we have had difficulties with our standalone readers. Police department, not so much, but we have, and we've exhausted every bit of having Spectrum and the actual provider. But anyways, that was something that we did just initially to be able to offer the cards. But because of all the issues, and it's hit and miss for whatever reason, I wanted to, propose that we look at this now than at budget time for next year. What this does is allows us to do this on our website. So if you wanna just go to like the permits and licensing, just example.
Permits,
Sorry, I keep
licensing,
pointing
I
at the
know, I
board,
know,
I'm sorry.
I gotta look right here,
Sorry.
that's all right.
So
Just
anyways,
point
it will benefit both City Hall as well as the police department. The police department will be able to pay their parking tickets online, which is huge, because if Sasha's not there, we have to call one of the patrol people in to be able to allow people to pay it, because we can't do it at ours. So it takes them off the street. So I think that that's value right there. But
Okay.
for us, we can put building permits on there, we can put operator license on there, the forms, and also pay it. Dog tags, which is huge. We get calls, so many calls. Can we do this over the phone? Do you have to do this online? Those type of things. This is just an example of the Village of Belgium, which recommends this. There's a number of them, but I like how they have this kind of set up for it. It also has the book a venue, which is underneath that, and that's gonna be up to Gabe if he wants to, join this, but he'll be able to do his reservations on here as well, so it'll be all under one umbrella, which I think is a big deal. I was gonna propose it next year anyways, cause it's something we really needed to do, but right now, for us, if ours is hit and miss, we have to run over to the police department to use their card reader, and it's slow right now, so that's good, but come any of the other seasons, it's tough with dog tags. So this will be implemented right into our site.
So this is an attachment to our current website?
Yes,
It's an
yes, it'll
add-on.
just be an add-on like this. We'll have some formula be pay online, or it will be, the little drop downs on the side there, whatever it is, that they can go and make payments.
Okay.
For it, or fill out loan applications, employment applications, any of those type of, even if we can't accept the payments online for, say, a new operator's license, that's a little different, but they can still get all the information, submit them online. We're not gonna accept payments on that until it's approved by the police department, but, so, so that's, there's another one, City of Mineral Point has it. I don't like their setup as much as I like how they have this one set up, but that'll be a
So this
joint
is the
decision.
Village of Belgium's
Yeah.
website?
Yes.
Ours would be our website,
Yes,
but then we're gonna have these
Yes.
links on it?
Yes,
Got
yes,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, are they called widgets or what? I
Yeah.
don't know what they're called, but those type of things that people can go on. It will save us time, overall, with people coming in, and then obviously with the police department. I know Sasha's really wanted this as well. And I think the chief
Well, it's
agrees.
something that I had talked to Madam
Right.
Mayor about probably months ago
Yeah.
as well.
And we've been trying to figure this
It-
out for a year, so, yeah.
It just benefits everyone as a whole, because since 2020 with COVID, nobody carries cash anymore.
Correct. Right.
And now that we have the card reader, it makes it a lot easier, but a lot of individuals can't get off of work in time to get to the
Or they
police
wanna co-
department.
yeah,
They
I was
they
can't-
don't
gonna
wanna come in, yeah.
ask you, do they have to be in person for any of these things? If it's just a parking ticket?
No,
they
just
can
the parking ticket. I think there is a drop box, but I don't know if anybody really uses that.
Oh,
I think
anymore,
with,
really.
yeah, I think if they wanna pay for a card, they can't do it, and then if they don't wanna pay by drop it in there, people
I-
just don't want to.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody nowadays is doing the PayPal and the Venmo and all
Yeah.
those things that are out there. Nobody carries. Oh,
And,
my teenage
yeah,
girl or my adult girls don't even carry a wallet anymore or a pocketbook. They carry, everything is done off of their phone.
yeah, they'll have a wallet on the back of their phone
Yeah.
or whatever, my kids are the same way, so, yeah, I mean, the reader did us, you know, it helped a great deal for a number of years, but as time has gone on and people have changed even more, we kinda have to advance, or we should advance into this next level, so.
On our side, the other thing that we could work on getting on there would be when we have to take a animal into custody, for lack of a better term, and store it at DPW. We charge them $25 for that storage fee
Yep.
Okay.
for that. And a lot of times, they don't have cash or it's after hours.
Sure.
And getting an officer over there and the card reader, so then you're going back and forth.
Yeah,
Um,
they can do
you
it
can have
online,
them
put
Pay
you
it
there,
online,
take
you
your
can have
dog,
them
yeah.
pay it online and release the dog right away.
Now, like with our dog licensing, they can do it online. We will still have to go into the Jefferson County system to do it, which is absolutely fine, but it will save a lot of time as far as it all coming in, and she can do them all in one shot. The one thing with that, though, is because if they do it online, we have to mail the things to them. And so one of the things I would recommend is that we go up $1 on our licensing, you know, from 11 to 12 and 15 to 16 to cover the mailing. And we can't just say, oh, if you do it online, you pay this, that we have to be a strict thing. Because now, what is it, 80 cents for mailing, a stamp?
74 at the moment, but that doesn't mean it won't
Yeah.
change tomorrow.
So and we're pretty low on our licensing fees anyways, which I don't want to go up high, but if we can just go up $1 on those, that will help absorb any of the fees for the card usage goes to the customer, so that's not going to be on us.
I think
So-
that was gonna be one of your questions, was the fees.
Yep.
If they add the 3%
Yeah.
or 4%
Yeah.
on to, as most places put that caveat
Yeah.
on there.
And we have that
There's
now.
Extra.
The problem is this is going to be, it's kind of a nightmare a little bit on balancing on the checkbook because sometimes it rounds it differently. So then I'm trying to match it up where this has actual total reports and it's not doing that. So,
Rounding.
yeah, it's not rounding as
So
they say.
are you gonna have different departments done, or are you still gonna do it all as one credit card transaction?
It'll be
and
on-
break
yeah.
it out from there?
Yeah, we'll be able to, like, if it's a parking ticket, it will be able to be noted under parking ticket. So then when I can balance it up with the checkbook for that way. So I think I can do it by,
Yes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
From what I've
Yeah.
seen is they use the square readers and square stripe. Is it square stripe? I think it's square. I believe.
yeah,
Very simple to use,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't allow multiple departments or multiple accounts to piggyback on one reader.
oh,
So
no, we'll be under.
you're gonna
one.
have different charges
Mm-hmm.
and different accounts for, one for the PD, one for here, if Gabe has one in the park, there's gonna be that.
Well, the way we-
Each will have its
Yeah.
own processing fee and all that.
Yeah,
That
we'll-
gets piggybacked on.
We'll have to kind of we'll have to figure that out. As far as like the charges, they'll still have to record that in their monthly books when they give me their month end. So I'll be able to balance that way when the money's coming in that way. But yeah, it will be all under the same account, but I'll be able to reconcile it easier.
And Sasha would have to know when it's paid, because
Right.
anybody that has their, license plate or driver's license suspended because they haven't paid.
And
the
those will
parking
all go to
ticket.
her email, so then all
Okay.
those processing will have
She'd be able to
those,
release it.
yes. So she'll get a report that she'll be able to pull of what's been paid and by who. So she'll be able to reconcile it based on that. So then anything to do with building permits and that type of thing, those will come directly to our department versus like the parks too, or if he decides to do it.
Now, does DPW have some charges for snow removal or grass that
They-
they
I
have to
mean-
cut or something like that?
If I gotta shovel somebody's driveway or mow their lawn, or shovel somebody's sidewalk or mow their lawn
We
for
can
them.
set up one portal for invoices for that type of thing, which is actually a good idea because you do have, we invoice people for that. So we can have one for brush removal or whatever, and then it'll come to us and we'll have the name on it. And also too, you have invoice numbers, so people will have to put that invoice number for the invoice that they have, like a parking ticket. So all that stuff will, for you guys, will all go to Sasha and she'll be able to match it up easily for that, and then as well as ours. Where ours now comes in, I don't really have a breakdown of names. I have to look through the receipts that we write up, and so it takes me a lot longer. This is gonna break down everybody that pays, and so I'll be able to match it up a lot
So-
easier.
Humor me. You give somebody a ticket, the ticket itself has a ticket number, right? So when they go in to pay a ticket, is there gonna be the form set up that says your name, this is the ticket I'm paying, and here's the dollar amount? That's the
That
email?
would,
Yes.
that would depend on how it's
It'll
set
be
up
on
in the
there.
software. I
Okay,
wouldn't.
'cause it's not like it's gonna, so you're not gonna upload a ticket to this. You're just
No.
gonna have a format that they fill out, same thing with Chad. If somebody has a snow removal, whatever that fee is, you
Yep.
or Denise would have sent them probably an invoice.
Right.
Give them a number, the invoice itself wouldn't be there, but they would know what it is.
Right, so they
Got it.
would, like, parking ticket, they'll have to put their name, the citation
Number,
number,
yeah.
and then the amount. And we'll put
Okay.
a disclaimer on there, if they don't pay the full amount that's due, they're, you know, they may receive another invoice.
Sure.
Same with invoices for that, they'll have the name, the invoice number,
Okay.
and that. I'm sure Chad doesn't want the email, so they'll come to City Hall for that.
You guys.
You wouldn't have a
$95
ton-
to go
you wouldn't have a
general
ton.
fund Anyways, it don't
Yeah.
go back into my account.
But-
Is that no different than how Kay does it? They have, Kelly sends them an invoice and then they can go online and pay it by credit card or something?
It is, but it goes to one clearinghouse, it's just our account. We don't have multiple accounts. So when you set up this system, they create different departments. So if you're gonna have a physical reader, that reader has to be tied strictly only to that department. So
Okay,
you can't run over to the PD
Okay.
and swipe a card because it's
Yeah.
gonna go to their account. It's
Right,
gonna get
it's
accrued
gonna
their
go to
department.
their email, it's still gonna all settle into our main bank account, but.
because we have one bank account.
Right, but the readers, yeah, so there'll be a way in that we can make that more efficient for them, because I already explained that to them, and they said, yeah, that's not a problem, or if it is, we can go online and do the card right online. So then, we don't even have to do the reader, it will be an online payment, so,
I think that is the benefit
Yeah.
we're looking for, is that in today's age, it's another one of those things where everybody wants to do everything online.
yeah.
And it makes it, for my side, it makes it easier because so many citizens or individuals can't get to the police department by 3:30 or 4 or 5, or they don't, or they're out of town and they don't have any intention of coming back anytime soon, but they want their license
Yeah.
and or license plate released, they can do it online and get it released.
What's our
And no
processing,
late fees.
what's our processing fee now?
Because I go through a clearinghouse to do all the compliance on it, I pay $36.90 a month.
And how much per transaction?
2.5, I think it's 2.5% that the customer pays. So
We
the
don't.
city only pays $36.90.
A month, yeah.
Right, so we would, this would increase that way, but the customer is still paying that service fee of 2.5% if they choose to do it by card, which nobody complains about that. It always surprises me, but,
We all-
Because that's
we
because
all know
everybody
what we
has
want to
it,
eat.
yeah.
no,
They
now if we
show
go out to eat,
it's-
it's like that.
They
So,
show it's 2.9%.
is that 2.9 on there? Okay. So the customer will
Plus
be
30
paying that.
cents. 30 cents plus
Yep.
2.9%.
Yep, and they'll be responsible, that will go to the customer, and then our fee is what's listed on there, that's
I don't see
$2,400
it.
a year.
2 or 3%, 2.9 or 3%, whatever you're gonna charge. I don't see anybody paying their property taxes that way, but
People
maybe.
have asked. Isn't that weird?
Oh,
People
we've
have
gotten calls, like you wouldn't believe, on doing it online. I'm gonna look into that deeper,
guess
but
if they
even the
can.
Jefferson County does it. They allow people to pay by credit card on their property taxes online.
I see
they
they
pay
do
it.
have an ACH method as
Yes,
well, that they
yes.
can do
So-
ACH at.
We could set that up for
0.8%.
property taxes.
I think that would be a nice option.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would do that.
And even,
That's
even
what they
with,
want, yeah.
and even with not just credit cards, and if they have the ACH, if somebody just can't make it in and they don't wanna pay, or not, I shouldn't say pay, they don't wanna use their credit card, they can enter their banking information on there as the ACH as well. That's just part of the fee. We can do both. So they don't have, I keep going on the credit card rampage
it's
here.
also
But it's
ACH.
also ACH, because that's really what we get most of the calls for. But if somebody wants to pay by check, they can do it. I think we'll have a lot with the dog tags. I really think that that's gonna be huge with the dog tags. She's shaking her head.
So does this quote include they call it hay license?
Yes,
Which
it's
is the
everything.
license?
They told me that is everything, the $1,000 plus the 24 for the first year, and then 2,400 is the total, no additional fees, because I always make sure I don't want to hear something or get a fee invoice later, so.
So we're gonna pay for the reserve,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing if Gabe is going to use it or not.
He doesn't have. There's a very good chance that Gabe has been trying to do online booking.
Absolutely.
I think he has something in process right now that it's like glitching and or not working very well. or
It's
there's-
ActiveNet, and,
Yes,
and
yes.
they're a nightmare with
Yes.
fees and stuff, so I talked to him before he left today, and I said, this will be a good option, but as time goes on, we're gonna be able to do the building permits, and we're gonna be able to do all those things with it if he decides to or not. But it'll be something he'll have to look at. I think he'll like it,
Yes.
because,
Because he said something about rec deck was the more expensive one, he didn't want to go with that to begin
Yeah.
with, this was the cheaper version, and you get what you
Yeah.
pay for.
I know that he's been wanting to do something for online booking because
Yeah.
people ask him all the time, and
Absolutely.
that's so many less phone calls that he will be getting
Yeah.
at all times of all day.
yeah. And they do, there's quite a few that do use the current online, it's just, I think it's a little bit more complicated, and I think we can probably,
Simplify it.
simplify it, yeah, a little bit and figure it out, but that's gonna be on him, but I think he's gonna save money for the park budget, not having all these other, cause they do fee him more, where this for us is just, they pay the fees and we have to pay the yearly. So if he decides to go on, we can kinda like adjust
Divvy
by
up just
departments,
on-
yeah, and do it that way. But building permits will be, a huge one, the licensing, parking tickets, property taxes,
As long
you
as
know.
it's ACH, that's good.
Yep, so,
So,
all those, so,
so does this include the builder? Because they have a form builder that's a
Yeah.
separate price, so that's included in there
yeah, they
as
told me
well.
that I get up to 10 form builders on there, so,
I mean, that's,
so-
Which is what
you're
this
talking a
had
lot
to.
of different things already, and you're gonna burn through those 10 quite.
Well,
quickly.
within, I mean, we
But
wouldn't have to
that's
get
fine.
too far
That's fine.
into the weeds,
I mean,
but,
and I'm very good at negotiating stuff, so
Yeah.
if I'm like, they approved it, but we need to have 20, I can work that, I'm sure.
Are we in a contract with the other company,
No.
or is it month
that's
to
what I was
month?
gonna ask
No.
next too, yeah.
Okay.
So we can just say we're done?
We're done,
Okay, yeah.
we're done. So, yeah.
So I mean, with all these different I mean, the way it's sign permit, plumbing permit,
Yeah.
I mean, can't there just be one widget called permits?
I would like to
And then have all the
do,
forms underneath it instead of,
and that's
Well,
another
they're customized,
conversation.
they're customized to each Cause some have questions, like, maybe there's a question, do you wanna, you know, something like a damage, do you wanna pay the damage deposit up front or in person or something? A question where you have to check a
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna work for paying a
Parking.
parking ticket.
Yeah, and we can
So-
customize each one, and for like building permits, that's a budget thing that we need to talk about. Is there a reason that we need to have, if we just have building permits, which include, you know, the plumbing, the HVAC, do we need to have that all split out? Or can I do I think I can just do a form that says
That's what we have
building
now.
permits, and then they can check a box if it's for HVAC or plumbing, and so that's only gonna be one widget then.
That's what we have now, is with that one big honking form.
Right.
And then
Right.
it tallies up.
So
That's-
I don't
that's where
think we
was
need
going
to
with that,
have
too.
all those forms
Separate
there,
ones.
and then we can have a drop down that they can pick, oh, this is for HVAC, or it's for whatever it
Yeah.
is, and then we'll be able to use only one form for that. I think they just do it that way, but that doesn't mean that we
Right.
have to do it that way,
Okay, well,
so,
sounds like an improvement, I guess.
yeah, I
So
think
what's
it
the
will be.
time frame on this?
Well, as soon as you approve it, I know they're gonna call me tomorrow, but,
Do we
I
have-
would say in 30 days, probably it'd be up and running.
Do we have a budget line item we're gonna take this out of, and we could always move monies later? It's not-
Contingency,
We
I
do
think.
need, do we need it out of contingency
I didn't
versus
budget
anything
it
else?
for this year, and, because I thought we could get through the year, so we can still,
So, what are we paying for the existing system? Is it gonna be a
$36.90.
wash, or are we gonna get prorated anything back on that?
yeah, we didn't get charged anything up front. We just, they gave us the machines and 36, because I do the compliance report every 3 months, it's $36.90 a month.
Cause obviously
So-
the readers are
Six
new
months.
readers are gonna cost us some type of money.
Usually they give those for free.
I don't
They
think-
did this one,
I don't, cause we had to pay for them at work and we.
but they did not, but they
Well,
did not.
find out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a quote,
find out.
that's a quote, and that's what they said all in, so,
I
One
would
reader,
be
2 readers, 3
surprised.
readers.
They're giving you the quote for their system.
no.
The
I'll
actual
double check.
processing with the readers is coming
And
from a
maybe
different vendor.
maybe they're just taking, do we need the readers, because they come in, we just we do it online just like that, we don't have to have the reader, we input the information.
Whether they hand you the
Yep,
credit card
yep.
or,
I still think you're gonna want a reader,
maybe?
I'll find out.
or multiple readers if you're
I
gonna be
know
using them
what
at the
some
park.
companies said, like $400 for a reader,
Yeah.
but,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
something along those
Yeah.
lines. If that's the case, I will definitely, bring that back, but right now, that's what we're looking at, is just the online.
Just
And
real
they-
quick, with what we're doing today, because our readers suck, we don't have the option to just hand type it in?
Not,
'Cause yours
no,
going across?
we have to go, because it's just a reader, and we don't have an online access.
it,
So if
got
the
it,
reader
got
was
it.
down and we had online access, we could just go in the
Go in.
portal and do
Right.
it, and we wouldn't be doing that,
Right.
so. And
Okay.
that might be, yeah, and maybe we have one reader, just in
We
case.
wanted to get the portable readers, so if Gabe needed one out.
Yeah, he does want credit card access, so that's something I need to work on with
Yeah,
him
you gotta-
to see.
Find out where they're coming from and who's paying for them,
Oh, yeah.
'cause-
Yeah.
Okay, so-
That'll be another subject for that, that's,
yep.
So
I
are we
will- I would
approving or
make-
are we?
Stationary, we're not getting any of the little mobile readers or anything like that, it'd
Yeah.
just be in the
Yeah.
office only.
I'll definitely call them tomorrow, or well, they'll call me.
I will make a motion to send this to council for review then.
Haslai will second.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. 5E, mobile home application and affidavit.
We just updated the application. The one we had was extremely old and did not ask for enough information, or I don't think so. So I ran this through, I put it together, ran it through the attorney, he said it looked good. So it's just updating the current application, asking for the on-site office, those type of things that we need to know more detail. The affidavit we do not have currently. And the reason I figured we'd do this at the same time, affidavit is just in case, say, the current owners decide they want to have a management company run the mobile home park. So this is the affidavit that is giving them permission and to do that. So it's not something we probably will ever use, but figure if I'm doing one, I might as well do the other.
Correct.
Makes more sense, so. But it gives them that we have to be informed of the completion of a sale and, you know, all those things that aren't on the current application. So,
Is there any requirements in ordinance that we have to reference these forms?
I did not,
We
did you
do
see that?
have, it's all part of a permit fee, so this is on our fee schedule. So I don't think it's in the actual ordinance,
I
but we
didn't
do have
see
the
it.
ordinance included in
Because
here.
I'm just concerned that this gets done and not forgotten about, that there's.
That we wanna put
it's-
in.
It's gotta be sort of on the process of renewing the mobile home park license, that these are filled out, wouldn't you think?
Well, and that's why we wanted to have the ordinance in here, so everybody can see what it is, what we're changing, what more we need to add to it. I think we couldn't get this all loaded because of the ADA thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
'Cause I saw the
This kinda
utility, I
ends.
saw the
This is
references to the utilities.
Yeah, it ends.
Just an overall, we changed it to home, mobile home communities, not
Right.
parks.
Right.
Permit, municipal permit fees,
So community license
So-
required.
I mean, that,
Which one are you reading first of all?
Two-
Is that from the
252?
email?
this is from the
Because
packet.
Because I can't get the packet up from the website, because she was having a hard time with ADA, so where are you reading that from?
This was the
packet.
one, this was the one that
Was email.
was emailed.
I don't think I even have,
But I don't think it, does it reference that,
doesn't matter.
the mobile, the application, does that have to be?
Which one are you
So-
reading, Charlie? 252? Which one are you reading?
Hold on, so in this version that was sent out, there's the mobile home park application.
Yep.
Then there's the affidavit of
Yep.
property owner.
Yep,
Then there's the existing application for the mobile park license, which is going to be changed. Then there's chapter 340 utilities, where it goes into penalties for non-payment, so on and so forth, and
I
all
think she
that.
just put that, I think probably could have put that after the 252, but,
Well,
It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
here lies the question, because there's verbiage in Article 1 for utilities. Services provided to a manufacturer mobile home for which utility services are furnished and metered directly will be required to provide the title number to the unit prior to connection. So we can look at the application affidavit, but there's no teeth in it because we haven't changed our ordinance. There has to be an ordinance update that takes these into consideration, correct?
Correct. So we knew we needed to get the form, the actual application approved, and then I wanted all the ordinances in here. But are you trying to say that we need to have the ordinance fixed before?
I would say, or at the same time, otherwise there's no teeth in,
But we don't have teeth in it today.
well,
The old one,
what's requiring them to fill out the form?
to get their permit fee. It's a annual
Where's
license.
that in our ordinance that says they have to do that to get their permit?
I don't know.
Because
I don't-
if you
Where
don't
does
write
say
it in
about- Where does
there,
it say about the liquor license?
I don't think any of
That they
them
have to do
reference that.
Where's that in our ordinance that you have to do that? Or is it just a permit fee?
Yeah, again, you guys are the
Well-
experts.
I guess, to move back why we're doing this originally,
Mm-hmm.
is to have the information for utilities mainly.
Well, and for us too, because it started with the storm and nobody knew
Correct,
where anybody
so
was.
if you're not codifying it into ordinance where
Okay.
it's something that's enforceable by the police department or whoever, or attorneys, it's just a form that you're trying to just collect a fee for. It doesn't really,
It's a state
it's not enforceable until you put it in ordinance. That's what I'm sort of saying.
I think if we're spending time changing one, we should make sure that we're doing it on both ends.
Oh, it's in chapter 252. Did you get to that part?
I have a copy with a lot of red line
Yeah, right.
additions.
So that's exactly what this is. It says, restricted, no occupied manufactured home or mobile home shall be permitted to be located in the city unless it is a licensed manufactured mobile home community.
Okay,
So that's what saying that you can't just park a trailer and call yourself a home.
so where is the resolution to change the ordinance?
We weren't doing that just yet. Because I didn't think that, all we're doing, okay, start over.
Okay,
What is the original 252 ordinance? It has to say 252.
it says mobile
Oh,
home,
you're right. Not
mobile
right.
homes and mobile home
Please.
parks.
If 252. Let's look up this book that sits on this table. 252. Come on. Come on. There's our liquor license, there it is, look at that. Come on. Why is this not in order? 38 license, well, there's a whole section on licenses and permits. Whole thing on that.
And I'm just asking like a question, so if we change the actual application, it's a policy or whatever that we have in place to have an application, is it required for that to say in the ordinance that we're changing the I'm trying to learn, so I'm trying to wonder the two, if we have to have, why we can't change the application, and just because it's part of our permits and our normal processes, and then change the ordinance at a later date. That's why I'm trying to comprehend.
Yep, so 252 already has park license required. It's already in here. All we're doing is updating the entire ordinance. We're not calling it a park anymore, it's called a community. And
Okay.
then we're adding a little bit more teeth to it
Okay,
with the things that we need. This
Where-
was all done by the lawyer.
where's
Well,
the wording
yeah.
for the affidavit?
That's new, I would think.
Then I would say, if anything,
Hi, Tom.
we'll table you could, or defer whatever, the affidavit, because that doesn't necessarily have to be if you're gonna put that in the ordinance, but the application for the permit, I don't think has to be in the ordinance. I mean, I
What's-
can understand the affidavit part, I can get that part, because they're not hand in hand, they're just together here, but
That's if the people that have the mobile home
Yeah.
are going to have someone else run
manage it, yeah,
besides them.
yeah.
Because they're the owners now, but they may say down the road, I'm just gonna have, Joe Blow Company come in and they're gonna be managing it, so the affidavit is for that
Yeah.
new company.
And I doubt we'll ever use it, I just thought we were doing one, we would do the other, but we could definitely, if that's a concern for the ordinance, then that is easy enough to hold on, and put that later, but,
So everything in 252 is perfect, and there's no copy of the actual permits. None of these have the permits in the ordinance, the permits are all online. The fee is set by the fee schedule. Everything refers in this ordinance to state statutes, which is what we're mostly bound by on a lot of things, but specifically the trailer court. So I don't know if the affidavit even needs to be in the ordinance. It can just be part of this permit fee, that if they decide they're gonna
Yeah.
have someone else manage it, we just need to know that information
and there
too.
could be a fee that goes with it, I guess, but.
Yeah, so the current 252 is literally 2 pages. Park license required, park permit fees. So we weren't necessarily approving an ordinance update yet, because quite honestly, this could probably go to the planning commission if we wanted to, or it could stay here at finance, or it can just strictly go to council.
Yeah, and
It's just-
I've been working on this for quite some time, and then
Yes.
just got the attorney to
Yes,
go
from-
through it and give me his
Well, I-
Sent it
notes
to him
on it.
January
Right,
26th.
and
yeah.
I think the forms are fine. I'm just
Yeah,
concerned that just having the application simply states that the owners to provide updated information to the city of Waterloo within 30 days. Or what? I mean, it just means they have to bring it all when they fill this out, correct?
Correct, because they don't do that now, and we're quite embarrassed by talking to the attorneys and the other people showing them.
and all I'm trying to do is to
document.
make it so the utilities have an easier time with collecting
Right.
stuff and
And
that,
that's
yeah.
where all the addendums to the ordinance makes sense, if you're going to give leeway for utilities to enforce their portions of that kind of stuff, so.
So if you don't
But we're
want the
not
affidavit, we
enforcing.
don't
Yeah.
have to. Because at the moment, they're not giving up their rights. And where we have it in the permit fee section, permit fees, applications, I mean, we can add verbiage to that, but we don't necessarily put the application in here.
And again, in talking to the attorney, it didn't sound like we had to change the ordinance in order to update these documents.
Correct.
I was just sending him, I sent him this first, and he gave me the okay and said, yeah, it looks good. And then we're working on ordinance. He did not in any way say you have to do these together. That's, again, I'm just saying what he
Right.
told me. But
Okay.
we can hold on the affidavit, that's the biggest concern. The application is just the one that we really should get gone, you know?
Because that's coming up.
Yeah, that's the only one. I'm not concerned about the affidavit, to be honest with you, at this point. Any thoughts, Jody?
I think that we should have it in both. I really do, and I think if we're opening this section and we're reviewing it, like now would be the time to make sure that it's written how we want it written, so that, you know what I mean, then 2
Right.
years from now, we're not going back and like, oh, we should have did this, or oh, we do need to add this, like, if we're working on this one, like, let's
The only.
make sure it's very thorough.
And I, whatever you guys decide, the only concern I have is that this comes up, we have to send out the application for the permit soon, like, it comes up and it has to be approved by council in June,
Where's
starting in
the-
July, so that's my only
Can't, like,
concern.
do we not have enough time? Can't we accomplish that by, or do we think it's gonna take too long?
Unless it goes right to council, you do it
On
in
the
2 weeks, yeah,
4th, right.
yeah, that's the only
Is
way.
2 weeks, like, too soon? Can we get it done in 2 weeks?
I would say so, because I've done most of the
Yeah.
work, I just need clarification on
What you want.
abandoned property, you know, certain things I just need clarification from the attorney on, and he's been in court, so it's been a little
The
difficult.
original
but-
document, which is in the thing, is basically nothing.
Yeah,
It
So-
states, of course, it states, I/we shall keep the premise, buildings, and all equipment in state of good repair and full compliance with all laws and ordinances.
the old one, yeah.
No,
No,
that's
the
the
current
new
one.
The new
one.
one,
That's the
okay.
new one.
Right.
So
So if you do the application, you can't change the ordinance after? No. I'm just,
I mean, it all depends. I mean, you're kind of putting the cart before the horse. If
Yeah.
I signed it and the ordinance hasn't changed, I'm assuming I signed it under the ordinance the way it was when I signed it.
well, can we do something, again, in 2 weeks?
Sure.
I honestly can get that done. I've done most of the work already on this. It was just, there's a few clarifications to get this changed.
Still,
That would
you're,
give
you're
us-
sending an application out to the.
No, we won't send it
No.
out until after
The 4th.
After,
June
the,
4th.
the June 4th. That will give us
then we can bring it all as one, right?
And then we'll get them the
Yeah.
application, and then it's gotta come in the second meeting in June, which is the normal, so.
First meeting in June.
The first,
No, but the application for approval from the mobile homes would be the second meeting
For
in
finance,
June.
we don't have to. We
You
can send,
don't?
we can
No.
send everything
It
to,
goes right to
Okay,
council.
okay. All right, anyway, so we
Yeah.
can, it will be a push, but it can be done.
so the first meeting in June is when we can review and
Yes.
approve it
Sure.
and get everything out the door,
Yes.
and
And then
then
you
the
get it
application
out,
process
and
can
they
have
begin.
2
We can
weeks to get
deliver
it
it to them
back,
if we have to, and that's fine, and then, yes.
that's fine.
I mean, it's completely up to you,
I
this has
just
been a
want-
lot.
I don't wanna get us in a pickle, that's my concern.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I didn't consider that it would be an issue simply because we already talk about you have to have a permit, period.
You do, but the
Yeah.
stuff that we want to enforce is in the ordinance changes that are forthcoming.
But I don't think we say anything about what we have written in there. That's just telling them
it's
to abide
referencing,
by
like
the
Charlie said, it's
normal-
referencing the ordinance.
So,
That's the one thing it
So,
is
if
referencing.
I have something in front of me, I'm gonna go and look at what the ordinance is right now, the published ordinance.
But it doesn't say what ordinance number. Do
You're
we
just gonna
need
look
that?
at the current to
It's
date,
an
like,
ordinance, it's what ordinances we have for our
But
city.
wouldn't it be after though, when it's approved? I mean, he gets the application, but we're not approving it until the second meeting in, council's not approving it, second meeting in June.
can't
Is
we
that a
approve it the
problem?
first meeting?
Yes, we
Isn't that
can.
what we said, the
Absolutely.
first
Right,
meeting?
right, no, I'm just saying that we're just trying to talk about the reading of the ordinance thing, but yes, we can.
The ordinance can be done. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't see how the two are tied together, but I don't care.
I'm fine,
We can-
whatever
we
you
can
want me to
it.
do.
Yeah. Because nothing in here talks about the blight. That's
What do you
another
think?
ordinance. That's a blight
What do you
ordinance.
think?
You can amend an ordinance at any time.
Correct.
They have to follow the amended ordinance. Irregardless of when they put the application in. The ordinance only calls for an application.
Right.
That can, and I don't understand your argument. Is the affidavit part of the application?
No,
No, it's a separate.
It is
It's a
a
separate
separate
form.
document.
separate.
if they decide that they're no longer.
We just didn't have
managing
one,
it.
and so when I was changing the application, I worked with the attorney on another one to do an affidavit in case this did happen, and so we're not like up against a wall, it's approved and it's there. So, no, it's not part of it at this point, because they manage it.
Yeah.
You can do it either way. I mean, if you need to amend the ordinance, they would have to follow the amended ordinance
Correct.
at the time it gets changed. I mean,
A lot of it is just wordsmith.
I mean, you talk about building codes and fire codes, Charlie. People have to go by the fire codes even when they've been amended.
They do, but, I mean, if this building, if we require a fire code that says all buildings need to be sprinklered, or all residential houses need to be sprinklered, we can put that in effect, but you aren't forcing people to go and now put sprinklers in their buildings.
Depends on how
Doesn't
you write the
work like
ordinance.
that.
Depends on
Because
how
it
you
wasn't-
write the ordinance.
What's that?
Depends on how you write the ordinance.
I think I would argue that.
I just think you can probably do it either way. I don't see where the affidavit has anything to do with the application.
But I think if we have time to make sure that the affidavit's done before an application, like, I think that that's how we should do it,
We
if we're
would have
able
to do it at the first
because then we
meeting.
Yes,
can make
absolutely.
sure
And we does
everything
not need to
is
come back
laying
to
out.
finance, no. No.
Because that'll give them 2 weeks to fill out their application
Yep.
and have it returned.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it isn't critical that this has to get passed now. If you want the ordinance updated, it's fine. It really won't change anything to do with the application.
No, it won't,
No,
but
and that's fine.
So do you
it's,
not want to update the ordinance at all?
No, we're not ready for that yet. This was just for you guys to look at. The attorney gave it to, Lana and I have been doing these emails back and forth and reading all of this stuff. And I do believe it is 99% done.
Yeah,
But
there's just a
now
few
we-
clarifications,
Yeah.
that's it.
We're just gonna clean up a couple of the words to give you a new, clean ordinance so you can read it right. And a lot of it's just wordsmithing, where it's a whole clerk, treasurer, treasurer, clerk, calling it a community now instead of a park, and it's just, that's the majority of what's in there. It really doesn't have anything to do with the application itself.
No.
Okay,
So,
That would have to do with definition in the ordinance. You're changing the definition.
we're just changing definitions in the ordinance from a
Okay,
park to a
that is gonna
community.
take an ordinance change.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, we could leave it a park, but everybody else calls it a
Community.
community, and I talked to the attorney, so
Yeah.
he said, yes, I agree, let's, community.
Yep. So if,
You're referring to a community or?
Mobile home community, not park.
yeah.
It's the same, it's just the way, it's not a park.
I understand that, but that's gonna take an
Yeah,
ordinance.
and that's the only reason he agreed with the change, so. I don't think it's a big deal, but, personally, but,
Nope, so it's whatever you want.
yes.
When do they normally come in? We don't mail them the application, they come in and fill it out, right?
We usually send it to them, mail them about a month ahead of time, which is fine. There's nothing that says we have to do that. As soon as it gets approved, we can drop it off to
coming
them.
now. They know
Yeah,
it's
it's 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks to complete it, so it's not,
Big deal.
yeah, no, it's not. I think that's plenty of time, but that's up to you guys.
Yes,
I
you-
will
Well,
just
I
make
will-
it a priority to get it done.
I will make the motion to send the mobile home application to council for approval.
Hasley will second.
So the affidavit then,
Does not go, it's just the
That-
application
okay.
at this point. And
and that'll be
because the
deferred.
next option is discussion on the ordinance, I think.
So
We
is
do
that
the affidavit and the ordinance together and bring that back in 2 weeks.
Is
Okay.
that tabled or deferred? I just want to write my notes.
Well,
Correct.
we'll do this one because we got a motion on, so all
Yeah.
in favor say aye.
Oops, sorry.
Aye.
Aye, so application goes to council, affidavit is
You want that to be reviewed as part of the ordinance?
It's part of the ordinance, yeah.
Okay,
So
so that's a motion for that?
I will make the motion to defer 2 weeks on the discussion
To
of
be
the
reviewed
mobile.
with the ordinance?
Yep.
Okay.
And that can go straight to council.
Yep.
Hasley will second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Didn't mean to make that as difficult as it was, but.
That's all right.
There's a couple moving parts there.
Yep. All good.
Resolution 2623, epoxy floor quote for the police department.
Should've did a video of your floor.
I sent, some, pictures to Jean, but I believe she's been out.
Yeah.
So this is something that's been ongoing for quite a while. I talked to Director Jurgis a couple of years ago, and we had a quote way back then for $14,000. Chief, the prior chief didn't feel that it was necessary at the time. It's only getting worse. It's a safety hazard at this point. One of the officers is either gonna trip and fall on the paint that is coming up. I don't know what else to call it.
It's peeling in
It's
layers. It's like,
Peeling in layers, it's coming up.
like a
How would
banana,
you
that
describe it,
peeling is
Chad?
just coming right off.
We've talked about it quite often.
It's just like a rubberized paint that's on the floor, it's coming loose. It's getting wore from where the officers are backing their vehicles in, so then when they get out of their vehicles, potentially they're gonna get their foot caught underneath that
So it's a
slab
safety
and they're gonna
Absolutely it is.
tip over, or
Yeah.
person in custody, or, you know, it's. We had TSR give us a quote for it a couple years ago. Chief and I had. Here it is. What's the name of this company?
It's the
TJ
same,
Rudin Enterprise LLC. It's the same company that had do the flooring in the park. I'm sure you guys all seen that when at Chief Sorensen's retirement party. Gabe and I solicited a bunch of quotes. These guys were the cheapest. They gave us a 30-cent per
yeah,
square
it's at the
foot
bottom, discount.
discount, and it came to 11.6, which is $3,000 cheaper than,
Okay,
I didn't really feel it necessary to solicit more quotes if we just went through the process.
where's funding coming from?
I've gone and spoken with Lana, and at this point, it could go 50% out of building maintenance and 50% out of contingency, or all out of contingency, depending on what the finance committee has a decision.
Are we okay with building maintenance taking that
Yeah,
hit?
I mean, we'll have a little bit left over after that, but we don't have enough to cover it. So that's why when we discussed this, I thought that the best option is to take the half from our building maintenance and then the rest, half of it from contingency, and then we could make that work.
So we'll need a running list of contingency probably for the next
Yes,
finance.
I
'cause this
will
one
make
will-
sure I get that.
That'll be on this one, that resolution
Yep.
and this resolution.
So Haslai will make a motion to approve resolution 2026-23.
With half coming from building maintenance and half from contingency. Cool, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5H, discussion of fund balance policies and debt policies.
We have 4 minutes.
We have 4 minutes.
To get that done, man.
I'm not sure, I started getting in the weeds looking at debt policies and was unsure where we were going with that, so. I know the fund balance policies we had in ordinance, it wasn't defined, I don't think, to the point of where the money should be
And
placed.
yeah, and I put on this fund balance recommendation after running by ideas with Baker Tilly on it, and this seemed to be a good option of recommending that anything over the 33% max would go into the working capital fund, which would be a assigned fund. That's for the fund balance part, and we'd, name it working capital, so then we'd be in compliance with the 33 max. And so, instead of changing our 25 to 33 in fund balance, we will just make the change for that to have everything go into the working capital, and that would make more sense.
Working capital.
Yeah,
We
instead
should
of
give
calling.
it, I mean,
You can
like,
call it whatever you
He
want.
said you
Yeah.
can call it whatever.
Yeah.
He originally said infrastructure. I said, well, what about working capital? He goes, well, that's fine too. He said, because it's what you're using is capital, infrastructure, whatever.
the
It doesn't
one-
matter.
Right, the ones I looked at kind of defined, it goes into an account.
Yeah.
We'll just call it the account.
Yeah.
But then there's structure built around that and how it's spent.
Correct,
Like, you're not taking out of that to pay for wages.
correct.
It's mainly like for infrastructure, whether it's sewer, streets,
Yeah.
fire apparatus, that kind of
And
stuff.
these are ordinances.
Yep.
So we can
Well, it's
update,
policy. We already have an
Correct.
ordinance,
that says the 33%.
but we haven't defined on our ordinance really where it goes after that and
Right.
how it's
Right.
spent.
That's why you have 5311 in the packet. So it's up to you if we want it, because that says policy.
This was
item
just
C.
more for a discussion. This wasn't
Correct.
anything, so.
To get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and it's really where, in calling it whatever you want, if the, capital, if it's for the fire department or new vehicle or infrastructure, street, sewer, whatever, that was,
Yeah.
Amy called whatever, that's the
Yep.
fund. But then it's really
Yeah.
putting that, it's simple, I guess really it's as simple as anything over would go into that assigned fund.
It's an assigned fund, and
Yes.
what he told me too is that council can unassign it and
Yes.
move it and reassign it.
Yes.
So if you want to come up with a different name.
I don't care what name it is.
Want to come up with a policy to add to this ordinance, we should do that, absolutely.
Yeah, my concern was getting it out of the unassigned fund and into something that
Correct.
Is-
That's what we need to do, right.
maybe better interest rates, or I don't know
Well,
if
and that's-
you're allowed to do that with that type of account or
I
not.
can invest in we can invest however we choose
But-
to do that.
Okay.
I think with that amount of money, the interest could be taking advantage of,
Right.
that balance, rather than just sitting in a,
It's in a money manager, in CDs, it's in CDs as well. I'm working with Ellers on that as well, to do some.
So we have to defer
investments,
this,
but-
or do
can
we
you,
have
yeah,
to do?
can you,
Since it's past
Yes.
seven.
let's get some ideas into words.
Yeah,
This was
no,
just
this wasn't,
discussion
yeah, this
anyway.
was nothing, I just
Yep.
wanted to put a summary with the debt policy so you guys could review
'Cause
it.
we've talked about
And talked
that.
about, so this was just
Reviewing the stuff.
informational.
Yep.
So you guys can understand, the debt policy came up with the Ellers Financial Management Plan. He'll be here in June, the second meeting in June, to kind of do a review, and that's something we can chat more in detail on that. But the fund balance probably is more of,
Yeah.
something we do sooner than later with
I
that
agree.
part.
Yes.
But the debt policy, we can wait till after we meet with Casey and kind of go over and update with stuff. I've sent him everything except for one other item, and he'll be ready to go for a second meeting in June.
Hasley makes a motion to adjourn.
Cool, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So we didn't have to do, because it was discussion,
It
I
was
didn't,
only
I didn't have to say anything. So I-
America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Martin's here, Doran here. Zimmerman here.
Richard is on vacation. Meeting minutes approval of May 7th. Are there any additions or corrections?
Cummings will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 7th.
Zimmerman will second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Zimmerman to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Hasley will abstain.
And I found out you really don't have to.
Oh, I didn't know if I had to or not.
No, they told me
Okay.
that at the county. But it's all good. You can abstain if you want to. Citizen input, none. Meeting minutes summary from the last council. Cable board apparently was canceled. Finance was tonight. Charlie?
Well, we talked about the 333 Portland Road offer to purchase and the developers agreement, which is coming later on our agenda here. Credit card payment software update, which is also coming up. And we had a discussion on the mobile home application affidavit and ordinance. Some of that will be coming here, some of it will be deferred till a later date. We also have a small discussion on fund balance policies and debt policies, as well as the floors for the police department, which I believe is also on, also later. So
Thank you.
it was a full meeting.
Full hour. Board of Review, Jeannie would have given an update. She's not here, but that was on the 13th. Only one person came in. Everything's filed and ready to go. Consent agenda items are in your packet. I think the only thing that was missing, as usual, is the Humane Society. I think everything else was in there. So if anybody has any questions or concerns?
We'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Cool, second by Cummings to approve the consent agenda items. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Old business, still don't know why we have that, 'cause there's never anything in there. New business, well, we're getting to it. Recommendations of boards, committees, and commissions, public health and safety.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yep.
So this was on the last council meeting
Yep.
in the beginning of the month. It was in regards to Officer North, and we had already brought it to public health and safety. So I am going to approve the new police officer from 5/7.
Dorn will second. Motion by Cummings, second by Dorn to approve the new officer. Any questions? On Monday at 8 AM, we swore her in, so her family was here, we took pictures, it was very nice. So, yeah, she was a very nice young lady.
I think she'll be good for the community.
Yeah, pretty happy about that. Bailey North, so. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, opposed? Nobody. All right, Charlie, finance.
Cool, make a motion to approve the April financial statements, payroll in the amount of $46,212.79, general disbursements in the amount of $193,922.06, and the clerk treasurer reports on file at City Hall.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Cool, second by Cummings to approve the financials as stated. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Dorn, yes.
Cool, yes.
Zimmerman, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Hasley, yes.
Motion carried.
Who's second? I'm sorry.
Cummings.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not used to doing that.
It's all right. All right, 333 Portland Road offer to purchase, so we actually have two line items in a row here. We discussed it at finance, there really wasn't much to approve, it just got moved over here, so then we'll go into the developer's agreement after that. So just so that everybody is aware, this is the area we are talking about. And it does say in this little teeny tiny corner way up here, 333, so that's Tom's address. Yeah. So Tom handed out some documents, so if you want to go through it.
What I handed out is the three-year auction plan, and that goes along with the developer's agreement that we should go into next. We're proposing to set up an auction site, a consignment auction site, selling farm machinery, construction equipment, semi-trucks, trailers, automobiles, and trucks. Next page is basically the site plan that we have on the screen, except I've drawn, if you can read, you can see that,
What do you want to see?
that's next page.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh, I don't have it up there.
yeah.
No,
We
but
don't
it's-
have it in front of us.
Telling us to turn the page.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got it.
I was like, yeah, we see it. Got it, we're good.
Proposing that the fence in that area that to be fenced, and we're gonna leave the top portion of that property between Ron Griffin's and the fellow, I know the guy's name, next, that owns that vacant lot
Yeah.
next to the fire department.
Yep.
We're gonna keep that as
Shane.
green space, and we're gonna tree line that where our fence is gonna be, so we're gonna try and basically shelter the equipment that we'll be bringing in to auction off. We'll have 22,075 running feet of show space, and that'll be spaces for equipment to be lined up, to be sold. Proposing a building of 5,760 square feet. That'll be for offices and some indoor display area for, now we're proposing that down the road, this is not part of the 3-year auction plan, but we're looking at doing estate sales, and those will be online sales. Next page is, hopefully it's colored, we get the color.
we got it.
That is just a building that we have up in, the auction company has up in Hillsborough. And it gives you just an idea of what we're looking at as far as a building is concerned. Metal building, nothing fancy, we're not doing any stone, it's not gonna be architecturally Frank Lloyd Wright type facility, just a metal building. But it's gonna have a different roof so that we can actually 16-foot ceilings in the exhibit areas, so we can bring big equipment through, so. Next page is your, just a floor plan of the building itself. Next page is the contracting auction company, where we'll be contracting with Wilkinson Auction Service, and you can read the bio for them. And they presently have 4 sites, Muscadate, Columbus, Spring Green, and Hillsborough. And we'll be adding, will be the 5th site. Next page is the managers. This is very important. I just thought I'd throw that in. Yeah. It's myself, and I'm introduced Bob sitting next to me, Bob Y. He's my partner in the car lot on top of the hill, which will continue running the car lot. But we will be managers along with Donnie Bly. Donnie Bly, to read his bio, he is the auctioneer. And he is who is, we're contracting with Donnie on the site. It will be an on-site, we'll have on-site management for delivery of equipment and picking up equipment. Auction operations, this is just to give you an idea. I know employment is always important for the city, and so we're looking at 6 people prior to, 2 weeks prior to the date of the auction. And auction date will be including 14 people as listed. So as you see, the first 2 weeks prior and the auction date, we bring people in. Otherwise, we'll be just sporadically bringing equipment in, placing it in, and there'll be people there on site. The next page is your year 1, and this is going to go and tie in with our developers agreement. First year we're planning on 3, but this started in when, November or last year, so we may not get a full 3 auctions in this year because I have to develop the site. We have to bring water and sewer in. We have to put lines of parking lots and so on. So, but our plan was for 3 auctions, as many as we can get in, because we don't make money unless we have auctions. And that projects will include the water lines, the sewer lines, electric service, fencing the lot, gravel and grading the staging area, tree screening on the east portion of the lot as previous diagram. Daily employment is probably going to be like the 1 manager, which is gonna be Bob or myself, we're on site every day. 2 field workers, organizers with bringing stuff in, and 1 office person. Now, that may not be down at the site, probably be upstairs in our office to begin with until the building's done. Year 2, we're gonna do 6 auctions, and we would like to then do our building at that time, the second year, and do the concrete approaches and security lighting. Again, 4 workers, pretty much the daily employment really won't change a whole lot. And the third year, 9 auctions are planned. We'd like to plan 9 or more. And we'll do the little asphalt and parking area improvements. One thing also in that first diagram I didn't explain is we'll have all off-street parking. There'll be no, we're gonna use my property, the above property. We rearrange that. We no longer have a trucking company. They're no longer there. And so we have about 2 acres, an acre and a half of parking up there, plus the space we'll have designated in the diagram on site, on the auction enclosed. So as far as the interruption of the Highway 19 and so on, there'll be signs. We'll be asking for, not today, but we'll asking for a sign permit to be up on the road to show people parking down, so not gonna be parking on the street in front of on Highway 19, so that's it. Any questions?
Yep, I've got the building site up. This was like from a 2025 aerial. So this spot here, this used to be a bunch of rental. I know my camper used to rent there at one time too. So this is all going to be cleaned up and actually be a parking lot for this.
I think we're down to 3 or 4 pieces up there yet.
No, that's fine. I'm just clarifying that on your drawing, that this is one of your parking spots. This is got a bunch of storage and stuff in here now. Is that what?
I rent that out to the mechanic, Natalia.
At the bottom here. So that's his stuff here.
And he took care of the tank.
The white tank is still there.
Oh, he was.
It's still there.
Oh, well, I talked to him this morning, he was cutting
He
it
just
up.
took it off of what it was on top of and just set it on the ground.
Oh,
It's
because he's
still.
cutting it up and I told him to make a swimming pool out of it.
Well, there you go.
Whatever.
They'll make the ducks very happy. And that's fine. I just wanted to
Yeah,
kind of
no,
point out
I thought that was gonna
what
be done today, but.
you're doing to the site
Yeah.
and how it's going to be improved. So you do have that, we'll have an easement. So once things get going, Chad, humor me, when does that easement get recorded? Once it's attached, once it's built? Because the easement, I think, is supposed to be on this lot, correct? The sewer easement?
Oh, for your sewer easement?
Yeah.
That'll be recorded with purchase on it.
Say it one more time.
When it's purchased?
When it's purchased.
When he
Be
purchases
recorded
this,
with the
we
deed.
Recorded
record
with
the
the deed,
easement
right?
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I looked, because I looked online and I thought maybe in our packet it's different, but it's not.
I'll get that information from Mitch, of what that all looks like. Okay. And then, we also had a closing. Jeannie's not here. She knows how to do it too, so that's with the title company, so we gotta get that all set up.
So is
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that'd be great.
I'll get right on that.
That money is burning a hole in my pocket.
$100, it's gotta go. All right, anybody have any questions?
I do.
Sure, go right ahead.
Tom, just to follow up on what the mayor was talking about, on the existing storage to the south of your, of the existing building, where the
This?
bus, I think there's a camper down there.
Yep.
You said some of that is rented out. Is that gonna be cleaned up?
Well, there's only 3 vehicles there now.
I drove by tonight, I think there's more than that, and then there was a few in that wooded area.
All in
I
here.
mean, yeah, I mean, it's,
Which area are you looking at? Tom?
This right here, where my mouse is.
Next to
that area
Selmos.
there, yeah.
Next to Selmos, I think.
I mean, the lower,
Next to Selnos.
Well,
This
it's
is
all
the
next-
upper, this is the lower. This is where the rentals used to be.
you're talking about this area right here.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in here.
Yeah, there's like 1 camper, and we're working on, gonna get it out of there. Yeah. We got 1 car there, right?
There's a car, there's a camper, and there's an old boat, I think. that's-
Yeah, the other, the camper, the boat, those aren't mine, they're going. And there's 1 truck and,
The
But in the last month. we've
But
got-
no, we also park other cars there right now, like for Natalia, he'll park a car there and I got a trailer there right now. I mean, it's a parking area. I mean, it's
For the-
not
for
a
this lower
permanent,
business.
but it's not permanent rental, you know,
Right.
I mean, so, I mean, yeah, it's not designed to be permanent rental, if that's.
Okay, I was just wondering if it was gonna get cleaned up though.
Yeah, that was the plan. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, it's,
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but in the last 3-4 months, we've got a lot of stuff out there, you know, so.
Yeah.
You got
That's right,
gravel
we
pad
got-
started, yeah.
There's a truck box for sale too, that can, if you want that, you can have that.
No,
$300, it's a nice aluminum for F-150 truck, I mean, it's,
no, thank you.
step up here, come on. Sell something, he hasn't sold nothing all day, I wanna get him going.
Approximately how many people do you expect per auction? Like, what is your parking assessment, or, you know,
Well,
it's.
if we go to the other sites, like with Hillsborough, I would say probably 400 people, 300 to 400.
Throughout like a weekend or just?
No, this one day.
One day.
That's
One day. One day. We're gonna propose, which they haven't been done, we're gonna propose that one day, if some of the bigger equipment like the Caterpillars, the earth movers, things like that, that we're gonna be getting in, that they don't do with the other ones necessarily. This is gonna be more commercial, more industrial.
Okay.
And the others are more farm, like Hillsborough and Spring Green, Muscat, they're more farm,
Farm
little.
equipment.
But these are, so we're gonna have more, a day where maybe 2 days where somebody can come in and actually see if the thing works, and, you know, we're spending $150,000, $200,000 on a machine, I think they should drive it a little bit, you know, see if it runs and whatever. So that would be the only day other than auction day. Auction day is the one day, and after that, it's a matter of people come by and pick their stuff up, and that's not a multitude of people, I should say, you know.
So like this equipment that you were just talking about, is that loud, obnoxious? I'm just worried if somebody's gonna all of a sudden call the police and go, oh my God, what's that noise?
Well, I mean, they will only run it during the daytime, I mean,
Sure.
like normal, I mean, this is not a, nighttime operation,
Right,
but Bob and I
yeah.
are pretty old and we have to be home.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Goes to
you know.
bed at 7 o'clock.
You know, we're not gonna be there at 11 o'clock at night, letting somebody start up a Caterpillar or
Yeah.
a crane or something,
Yeah.
but, you know, no, I mean, within reason, it's a business, commercial business, so I mean, it would be, and the machines that we're running are not,
I would say it's gonna be no noisier than the semis that are back there.
Sure.
With that they were working on for the last how many years, it's probably gonna be less noise than they created at that time.
Yeah. And is this any day of the week, or do you do these only on a weekend?
oh, they're during the week.
Just
The
all
auctions
during
are
the
during the week, it's all weekly auctions, and it's nothing on, now, they do internet auctions sometimes on the weekend, but that's not, nobody shows up for those.
Right.
That's internet auctions, and for example, if we'd like to get into the estate type sales, and that's gonna be internet driven, so it's, people will come, but they'll only come during work hours, business hours too,
Right.
I'm not gonna be there on Saturday and Sunday delivering somebody picked up a bed or a refrigerator or something, no, we're gonna be pretty limited to, business hours, I mean.
Okay.
As far as like the size of, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As far as some of the size of some of these things, and you're doing it during the week, are these coming in and out through town? Like, what routes are you coming? Because
You're
I'm
on.
a little bit worried about traffic and
It's
some of the
Highway
bigger
19, I mean,
equipments.
The same stuff that's going down Highway 19 is,
They come in periodically through the 2 or 3 weeks prior to the auction. You might have one piece of equipment come in on a Tuesday, and then maybe a big truck comes in on a Thursday. So it's like one thing at a time
Okay.
that you're getting in, unless a company might be bringing 2 or 3 pieces of equipment in, and then.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not gonna be
again,
Yeah.
semi-full.
unloading it, not, you know, once they go down the driveway, it's gonna be unloaded down below, I mean, so it's not gonna be obstructing the traffic on Highway 19.
There's more dump trucks coming through Waterloo than
Yeah.
will ever deal with this piece of equipment.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking
Yep.
And just all the farmer machines.
a lot, we're looking at probably an auction number of probably 300 to 400 units, different units. And that would be including, for example, a big Caterpillar comes in and might need 3 different buckets, you know, 3 different attachments to that piece, but it's 3 different pieces, or 4, but only one, you know, so when you talk about the units, 300 units, it's broken up, and some of these,
Some are very small pieces of equipment, they're handheld diggers or a bobcat, and they don't take up much room at all, but
but they have every attachment might be another unit, So I might sell this bucket and that post hole digger and that, so I'll attach this to that John Deere Bobcat. So there might be 5 pieces, but that all comes in one truck, so.
Now, on auction day,
Yep.
are you planning on 300 to 400 people attending?
A lot of those are internet-based though.
Yep.
When you look at the site and you see how many people are attending, I bet half the people are internet-based. So actually physically on the site, I've been to several of the auctions, there might be a couple hundred people, and some of them are coming up with the same vehicle. So I think I've seen maybe 100, 150 vehicles total that would end up coming there.
Our lot space would be able to cover without, and then we have the other lot that we aren't using over there. If it becomes that big a deal, well, then I guess we'd be using that other, what I'm calling green space, or an overflow.
And would there be a traffic concern on that, on
There-
auction day that we would need to be aware of or keep an eye on?
I don't anticipate that, Chief, I really don't, I mean.
It's
we
just
tend
a
to-
question. Or it's a major throwaway and you've got that amount of cars coming and going.
But they're not coming in at the same
You know.
time, yeah, I mean, it's like, some people will, like any auction, they'll show up at 6 in the morning to check out their pieces, and other people show up at 5 minutes before the auction, and, and so it's not like they're all coming in at one time, like races at 7 o'clock, and everybody shows up at 6:45 to get their good seat. No, I don't anticipate that, no, I don't.
A lot of times the people come to these auctions and they've got 1 or 2 things they're bidding on, and once those 1 or 2 things are done, they're leaving.
Yeah.
Because I'm only interested in the John Deere tractor, I don't care about anything else, so.
I'm assuming this is gonna be comparable to what Gabe has coming in and out of the park when he does those big auctions, correct?
Yours is inside his building.
Comparable
Yep.
to that, I
Yep.
would assume.
Yep, exactly.
Cool, make a motion to approve the developers agreement,
Offer to purchase
or
first.
offer to
Offer to
purchase, I should
purchase.
say, for 333 Portland Road.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Cool, second by Cummings to approve the offer to purchase. Roll call?
Cummings, yes.
Dorn, yes.
Cool, yes.
Zimmerman, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Hesley, yes.
Motion carried. Developers agreement. Now, within the developers agreement, you're well aware that you still have to get a conditional use permit, do the construction, blah, 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 blah. Everything is all in there.
Got a question on the developers
Yep,
agreement.
that's fine.
I think I've applied for the permit for the
And I think you did. I think,
condition, I
but
gave it to
Jeannie.
the lady,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's all good. Go ahead, Deb.
I've only got 5 pages, and it says
I think the back's where
5
it's
of
scanned
12. I
in,
think we're
maybe.
missing half of it.
I don't see why these things are numbered like that. 1 of 12, 2 of 12, 3, what are these?
That's what I'm
It says
asking.
12.
Do we have the whole developers agreement?
That's it, this is it.
Are we
Yeah.
missing
I don't know
some?
why it's called, the 1 of 12 is in the offer to purchase.
Well, there's 12 pages in the offer to purchase.
Yeah, this is 12 pages, this should
Okay.
only be 1 of 4. I do not know.
Okay, so we
I
have the whole thing.
blame the lawyer, I blame Chris. And I blame myself for not even noticing that. Did not even see that. This is it, this is all it is.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you. Well, this isn't the final anywhere, the original, so I'll make sure that that is
I
fixed.
just wanted to make sure we weren't taking
Yeah,
action
I don't
on
know why it
half a
says 12.
document.
It's very interesting.
It's in the footer someplace, and
Something's in the footer.
it's just in the footer.
In the
It-
footer,
It
yeah.
pages,
I don't know
Well,
why.
but I was
it
looking
says
for 12
up
pages.
12, but
No, this is probably the smallest developer agreement we've ever had.
Okay.
So I'm glad it's not 12 pages. So I'll make sure that's fixed, because then, once I get everything figured out with the closing and all that, that's when we sign all that good stuff.
Cool,
And then
make the motion to approve the developers agreement for 333 Portland Road.
Hesley will second.
Motion by Cool, second by Haslett. Everybody wants to jump in.
I already signed it.
These are all copies right now that everybody has, so it's no big deal. I'll redo it with the page numbers correctly, and then we have to sign it in front of, no, it doesn't need a notary, but Jeannie's gotta sign it too, but we're all good. It's all good.
So tomorrow we're closing for?
Right on there. We'll make sure nobody goes on vacation. All right, motion by Cool, second by Hazai, developers agreement. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Dorn, yes.
Cool, yes.
Zimmerman, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Hesley, yes.
Motion carried.
Good
My
luck.
people will
Yep.
call your people.
Thank you.
Good
You're
luck.
welcome. Thank you very much for everything.
I'm her people.
Yep, this is my people.
Okay.
Yep, you got it. Thank you, thank you. All right, Tim, or no, I'll say Charlie, Resolution 2026-24.
This is a new, Luana's been doing some research, and she can chime in as she so pleases.
go.
We're having problems with our credit card processing. We're down to one working unit, if I'm not mistaken, at the PD. And so looking to get something that works with online payments and billing, forms, a reservation system, so on and so forth. So this would be yet another website, but it's piggybacked and basically built into our site. So the customer can click on where they want to go, and it takes them to this site where we can also manage different payments going forward. So seems like a pretty straightforward system. The credit card processing equipment I'm familiar with, and it's really simple and it always works. So it's not.
Question.
Yep.
Is this going to replace the system that Gabe has been working on for reservations in the park?
If he wants, probably if he wants to pair with it.
Yeah, I've had a conversation with him on it, and I think that we can simplify the system and be able to utilize it right on there, which will save money in general.
On the existing system, on the
yeah.
system he has?
On the system he has. So I'm gonna meet with Gabe a little bit more, go through that and see if switching, that's gonna be obviously his call for that. This'll be mainly for, or it will be for the city hall, PD, which will help them with parking tickets, and then anything that DPW would have. But it can be used for parks, yes.
So we're not getting the module where they can make reservations?
Yes, no, we have the capability to do that.
Why would we pay for two systems then?
We wouldn't.
We wouldn't, but I can't speak for Gabe, and I need to make sure it fits what he needs.
I mean,
This
that's,
He doesn't like the system he
Yes,
has now.
right.
It's not working out.
It's not
okay, well,
what he
it doesn't
likes.
make sense to have two systems.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
absolutely
oh,
would
yeah,
not.
for sure.
We would not.
For sure.
No, but
The
I'm not
idea,
making that.
the idea would be
call.
that he would join with what the city is already doing to save down on costs,
Yes.
and also just let it be one piggyback versus
Right.
be a whole different web page or a whole different link.
I
Yeah.
Right.
like that.
That is,
Yeah, yeah,
that
right.
is the plan.
And Gabe knows
Again,
about
we
it.
can't speak on
Okay.
behalf of him.
I just can't speak for him. We have to go into detail to see how we can simplify all his, trailhead and all those, and sales tax, and, there's some work into that. But yes, we plan to, other municipalities, which we had that up, they use it for their reservations as
I was
well.
aware of the system that Gabe was working on, it doesn't seem to be,
It's not working well.
It
Working
works,
well.
but I think it's got so many little hiccups in it that just cause headaches. So, I mean, I think that he should consider changing to this, and I think he will,
Well, I
but we
would
just have to have
hope
a
so.
conversation with it,
because I
yeah.
can't see paying for
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, and it will save him, it'll save me a lot of headaches trying to balance everything out,
Okay.
so, I think that he'll be fine with
makes
it,
a
cause
lot of
it
sense.
stresses him out too, so.
Okay,
With the credit card payment software, so when we were in the finance meeting, there were some unknowns of how much things would cost, right? Was there confusion around that?
It was just the whole confusion with, not confusion, it was a question on the standalone device, the reader. And that is the question for that. Right now, if we have this, we can still utilize it to take payments. We don't have to have a reader, so I would bring that back if if there's a question for that or a cost for that. But the fees for the customer will be the same way it is now. It's 2.9 plus the 30 cents. I think Charlie saw that in there. I didn't catch the 30 cents, but that'll be to the customer, and then our flat fee is the first year's 3,400 because we have to do all.
right.
But that does
Other
not
stuff.
include a module, so how would we be able to take payments if we don't have the physical module?
Those are the modules that are on the website. Those are the modules
You get-
that are put into the website.
10,
So
12,
we
10,
get 10
So-
of them.
Okay,
We get 10, and if we want to increase, we'll weigh that out at this point, but this is a 10, and then we'll go from there.
and then are there any other fees that are baked into it that we don't know about? I mean, cause this seems pretty inexpensive for
It does.
this type of, makes me a
Well,
little
of course,
nervous.
I researched this, and I talked to them, and I will clarify again before anything is signed to make sure, but it is $2,400 a year based on what we have.
So we were
So-
talking about like doing the taxes maybe, but it says tax integration module,
Yep.
1,200 per year. so that would
Utility
be
integration. Looking on their website, they do have a number of different financial software systems that they integrate with. I didn't see that it was with ours.
Yeah, and I'll
but
clarify that.
Still, if the reporting is adequate enough, it's easy enough to balance that out at that point, so.
And I really wasn't keen on doing credit card, or, credit cards for sure for taxes, for that anyways, but I'll clarify all of that for sure.
ACH,
So if we approve it at the 3,400 and then for the first year and 2,400 for this, annual, and it is any difference in price, is that gonna come back to
Yeah,
us and,
yes.
okay,
Yeah, we can say not to exceed.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Without
no,
further
I'm
information.
not
Okay.
gonna just sign something that it's gonna cost the city $5,000. I'm gonna make
Okay.
sure that what they propose to us in the quote is exactly what I'm paying. So I will definitely make sure of that.
'Cause it definitely seems too good to be true, so definitely look into that.
it is a
I've
local
been in-
company, so, yeah.
I've been in IT for a long time too, and I used to sell.
And
IT,
they do,
so-
they work with municipalities, so I don't know
It's-
if that has anything to do with it, but,
Yeah,
I've talked to the people, that we displayed up there, and they're very happy with it, and they did not say there was hidden fees or anything that would lead me to believe that I'd be concerned, but certainly not signing anything without clarifying.
And it's a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
and is there a way that we can try it out? Like, do they have a trial period?
Usually not.
No,
Not with this type of thing.
I know, I just
It's
didn't
integrated
know.
with
that's why I asked for a
Yeah.
reference,
Okay.
It's
that's
set
why I
up
asked
with
for
your bank,
references.
and, yeah,
Right.
it's pretty stringent on.
And I guess I would too, like, look at if we have to sign a 3-year agreement, what does that agreement look like? Because definitely
Yeah.
there can be some underlying things in there that probably are not a good.
Certainly, I will send it out to everybody, and they can
Yeah, 'cause this
review
is the
it,
proposal.
Okay,
but,
yeah, cause I only saw the proposal, not the contract, so if you can,
yeah, I
that would
have
be
not
great.
signed anything.
What's your pleasure? Any more questions?
Thomas, make a motion to approve resolution 2026 -24, approving the new credit card payment software with the cost not to exceed $3,400 the first year, and the 2 following years, $2,400.
Dorn will second.
Motion by Thomas, second by Dorn to approve the resolution as stated with the not to exceed. Any questions? And this would be coming out of contingency. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Dorn, yes.
Cool, yes.
Zimmerman, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Haslett, yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Mobile home application, that is also in your packet. We decided, well, you can say what you wanted to, the motion from finance, Charlie, what you guys discussed.
We discussed the mobile home application affidavit, and the motion was to send it to council, just the application portion. The affidavit, we are holding off until probably our next meeting, and hopefully incorporating that with ordinance update in regards to a number of different things regarding mobile homes and communities is the proper word, right?
Correct.
It's not parks anymore, it's communities, so. So with that, I will make a motion to approve the mobile home application. That was in the packet.
Thomas will second.
Motion by Cool, second by Thomas to approve the mobile home application. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, resolution 2026-23, approving an epoxy floor for the police department so people don't fall down.
Yeah, we don't like that.
We don't like that. And you should see that floor, it's pretty wild how it's a sheet.
Yep, I
Crazy.
think we've had reports a number of years ago about the floor coming up in the
Yes.
squad area. And so we've gotten, Chad, if you want to speak on the number of quotes you got a number of different quotes. This was the,
So originally, we had TSR Concrete Coatings come in last year, 2 years ago, give us a quote. They were about 14,000. We had this company, I don't have in front of me right now,
I'm just looking forward to
out of Marquezan, TJ Rutan Enterprises LLC. Gabe and I solicited numerous amounts of quotes to have the park pavilion done. So then I just had these guys give us a quote for the bay floor, considering they were the cheapest by far in the park. They're offering us a 30% square foot discount, guaranteeing the work. We did make them aware that there was cutting oil used back in the day for pipe fitting. That's not an issue, they said. And it's $3,000 cheaper than the last quote.
Which never happens. It always goes
Right.
up,
Yeah.
not down.
2 years later, $3,000 cheaper.
the
And I think it's a
funding
nice
is-
product.
The funding's coming from maintenance and contingency, or contingency and,
50% building maintenance, 15% contingency.
yes.
Cummings will make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-23. The funds will come from 50% contingency and 50% maintenance in the amount of $11,614.
Zimmerman will second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Zimmerman to approve resolution 2026-23.
Question.
Sure.
And I already talked with Dave and Chad about this. I'm concerned about the warranty, as in the paperwork we have seen, there is no mention of a warranty. They both said that when in talking with the company, they do have a warranty, but we don't know what it is. So I'm assuming there's a warranty, we just don't know what that warranty is.
And is there a cost to it?
Well,
It's not
warranty
in
would
there.
not be a cost.
Yeah, usually when there's a warranty, it's usually between 3 and 5 years, but you guys.
This would
can-
probably be longer, but,
Clarify that
Yeah.
with them.
okay.
Yeah, I would like to know what that is.
I'm sure the product itself has a warranty, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of them, it's just what is it?
Yeah, what's the performance?
You don't
The
remember that?
performance warranty is probably what we're more concerned
Because the
with.
last floor only lasted about a year and a half from the date of construction.
So is this the third time this floor's been done?
The floor's never been done except for the original time,
Right. It's been like that for a
back in
while.
2000.
So it's been peeling since
It
the
has been
year?
peeling since 2001 because we were told that we could not patch it because it would have to be identified as to what the product was. Unfortunately, the company that put the product down,
Went out of business probably.
well, no, the contractor couldn't remember who did it. So we didn't know what the material was. So we couldn't get it warranted and we couldn't get it patched. So it's just been getting worse over time.
Yeah, just find out what it is and just report back, because Gabe's got to have something too. Is it a different process? Because Gabe's is inside the building where this is going to have wet, splash, salt, snow. Is it something different?
Tom explained to us, this process, it's roughly the same as what Gabe had done, it's just a different size flake. They're using for more abrasive, less slip resistant. They did Dodge County Sheriff's Department, they did Randolph Fire Department. He's done numerous amounts of bay floors and this kind of stuff. So,
We may have a fire department one coming in our future.
The stuff in the bathrooms, the kids are in there with their steel baseball cleats, and that's not coming up, so I mean.
Good, okay. All right, any other questions? Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Dorn, yes.
Cool, yes.
Zimmerman, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Hasley, yes.
Motion carried. Future agenda items and announcement, I'm gonna let Chad go first. Tomorrow is bid opening and I'm not gonna be here.
Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we have bid opening for the Taylor Street North Van Buren Mill and Overlay project. We have not received any bids yet, but that's kind of normal. Usually they come filing in the day of and we open the bids. So Denise is gonna help tomorrow with that, with writing.
Denise is.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I already made her aware of that today. I said I need a half an hour of your time tomorrow.
Chad doesn't want to be
She'll be
responsible.
nervous. I know Chad does. I thought he was looking at me. I'm like, yeah, Chad.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine. So
No,
if
she'll
anybody
be
wants to be there for it, you can. It's fun. I like to be at the bid openings. I'll be at the EMS meeting in the morning, so I won't be here.
I did ask Gabe if he had a warranty, and he
Oh.
said 10 years. For
Okay.
his flooring, so I believe that it's gonna be the same company, same flooring, so it'll be probably 10 years. But still check, but I did
Yeah,
want
you'd
to.
think they'd put it somewhere in the contract at least. I mean, we would
What-
like
what
to have
is-
that.
Just a quote.
That's just a quote.
Yeah.
And what it is, I mean, it could be a limited warranty. What does it cover during that
Yeah.
10 years, you know?
Get that documented and we'll all be good. Thank you for doing that.
I
Yeah.
think there's, is it the first concert at the park
On the
next
28th.
next Thursday?
Next
Yes,
Thursday already?
Next Thursday.
Of course, it's
And
gonna be the 80s next week,
Post
so we'll
Prom
be
will be
camping.
doing the concessions, so please come and eat and support Post Prom.
Fabulous.
And Tom Hamilton will be in town June 15th for
Yes.
that game.
Yes, so
Nice.
we'll announce that again on the 4th. We need
Yeah.
Gabe to do his PSAs and a bunch of that stuff, so.
Yeah, it was posted.
And
What's
it's-
that?
Yeah,
he?
it was posted today.
Good. He'll be doing more PSAs. We got more stuff coming for that boy.
Oh.
Just wanted to give everybody a little quick other update. Obviously, Tom Yan did his portion of 333 Portland Road. Got the call today on Hendricks Street portion property. The wetland delineation was good. So he's going to be writing up an offer to purchase. Of course, it's gonna have some contingencies that go along with it a little bit, because he's gotta do things with the state to get everything moving along because of the water and the DNR and all that stuff. So he was pretty excited. We've seen one of the drawings. I don't know if you saw the drawing. Chad and I saw the drawing. 12 homes and some Tracti building storage units. So that'll be coming our way. And August 10th will be the closing of what was Duquesne, is now called Brew City. Capital are the ones that are buying that. They showed us a nice layout. Chad was involved in that one too. Definitely a different looking product than what we were seeing before, much cleaner, much nicer, two definite roads. Very concerned about the fire department being able to come in and out, one on Clarkson and one on North Monroe. So that's what's rolling right now for us. That is good stuff in these two tips.
Yes, stuff is rolling. so.
Got a couple more in the works, but I'm not gonna tell you yet. I don't wanna blow your minds all at once.
Jinx it.
What's that?
You don't want to jinx it.
I don't wanna jinx it, that too. So does anybody else have anything exciting?
We did create a official Fill the Squad Facebook page, so we do have almost 200 followers on there, and we'll keep everything rocking and rolling on there. Utilities has been a huge sponsor, and they've always supported us greatly, so we are sitting really nicely. Everything is paid for, up to date with that, and just really excited. UW Mounted Police they just need permission and approval from their staff, but they have already added it to their calendar, and they will be hopefully joining us this year, so really excited for that.
Yes, we are. On that note, we've got all the flyers and we've been putting them out. The new officer and I, just Tuesday, walked to downtown, gave her a chance to meet all the businesses that were open and handed out flyers and
No, all right.
You guys had a great turnout for your breakfast.
Pancake breakfast.
Pancake breakfast, orders hosted that, great turnout, thanks for all those who attended and supported us, appreciate it.
Did anybody hold up a picture of Charlie in the?
I did see the picture on the Facebook of all the, it was
Pass?
like, there was a good majority of people I probably served with back in the day, but
That was
it was
awesome.
good to see.
Yeah, current and past members, we photographed on Facebook,
Yep.
celebrating 60 years of Waterloo EMS.
That's fantastic.
I should have worn my t-shirt today.
What's the t-shirt say?
60 years.
Oh, does
Got
it?
all- yeah.
And then it has
I
the
bought-
original people that
Yeah.
started on the sleeve, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I bought one.
I didn't even see that. Where were you selling that?
At the breakfast,
I didn't even see it.
At the table.
I always shop. I didn't see it. Of course, I
Like
was
the
chasing
plants.
grandchildren and it's out of the vehicle, so I was
Well, I'll
busy.
wear it on a Monday when you're here, so you can be jealous.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
Tim?
Just thought I would.
Have one item. The memorial ceremony is in the park Monday at 11 a.m.
Down at the lower,
It's always been the upper pavilion, but I.
inside?
Inside, yeah. And there is a luncheon put on also by the Waterloo Band.
Did not know that.
Nice.
Nice, very nice.
When is that?
It's Monday.
Monday at 11.
Okay.
At 11. I don't know if I'll be back by then. Wonderful. Anybody else want to share? Chris, got anything you want to share? We're in sharing mode. All right.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Cummings will
That's the
second.
Patriots.
Motion by Cool, second by Cummings to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Have a safe weekend.
Was looking
You're
for
gonna have
something
picture
that I could
taken.
post.
Are you ready with that outfit picture, or are we gonna postpone it one more time?